saying started live.
Hey, it's your boy, Coach Rad. Welcome you guys to 707 Live.
PHV here.
And it's your boy, player, the Buffalo Bill legislator with the questions. Let's get right into it. Let's start out with asking, what's your thoughts on the Josh Gordon situation?
I think Josh Gordon, when he played, he definitely flashed potential as a number one receiver. He produced in 2013. He had 86 catches for 1,600 yards in 14 games. So the production is definitely there. So I'm hoping that. What happened? Oh,
We got somebody watching. Come on.
Are we
hoping.
live?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just talk, bro.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the Hugh Jackson situation, and RG3 being there, and the whole Corey Coleman, the whole basically Baylor East situation, to keep him on straight and narrow, because when he's on the field, he produces. It's that simple.
He didn't have quarterbacks those years either. So I mean, to get 1,600 yards in the Browns' offense is a lot. So
So let's go a little bit more on this productive. Will he be productive this season once the 4-game suspension is up?
they have the talent there. I mean, he's got receivers around him this time. Corey Coleman looks good in preseason. Terrell Pryor, he looks okay. He looks like a completely different player.
Do you think RG3 is going to make a difference being over there?
I feel like RG3's always had the deep ball. Like, that's one thing he's always had. But I want to see him do everything else before I buy in on RG3.
I feel like he's going to produce because of, like you said, the offense around him is good. Like, Corey Coleman is a good receiver. Gary Bonnage is a top tier tight end. He's not, he's a top tier tight end. He catches the ball in between numbers. And if Terrell Pryor keeps flashing what he's showing right now, man, who knows what that also could be. I don't know about their running back position.
Isaiah Crowell.
I'm skeptical on that, but I think those receivers can produce. That big three I just named with Coleman, Gordon, and Terrell Pryor. When I just think throwing the deep ball, he's like you say, he's always had the deep ball.
Give him a weapon.
Let me just make sure I'm not being misinterpreted. Like, it's better than he had before. I don't want to call the Browns' offense good. Just want to clarify that.
Okay.
You think that?
Okay. So basically saying he can be productive, and Coach, you're saying that, yes, he will be productive. Okay. With that, so is he worth keeping or is he worth trading? Which one has a higher value?
For the Browns, I think they need whatever they can get. So if they're able to get some assets for him, I would trade him.
Yeah.
If you're able to build that because that team is awful. They need as much talent in that team as much. Josh Gordon's a talent, but if you can trade him to get more talent and like draft picks or a good player, I think you trade him.
It really depends on what you get back for it. Like, if you get a high pick, like a second round or even a third, maybe, I say go for it. But if everyone's gonna lowball you, you might as well see what you have with the piece you have now, because your O-line is not really where it used to be, and you balance that out by having as many big weapons as possible.
So let me get this straight. PHV, what you're saying is, let's see what he got first before we even put it on the table to trade him, or do we just go ahead and strictly trade him?
I'll see what he has first, because right now, people want to lowball you for him, because you ain't seen him play since 2013, 2014.
Right.
And people offering you 5th rounds and 6th rounds, or maybe a flyer pick for a player we haven't seen in so many years.
Right.
But let him play, because if he's good, you might get a first round out of him if you still want to trade him, if he's still that headache.
Right. Now, Coach, you're saying just trade him, or do you give him a shot?
I'm saying I'll trade him. I'm trading him.
Okay.
You need those assets, man.
Okay, so with trading him, where does he go? What's like the best situation you see that he might be able to,
Personally, I think Houston. I like the locker room. I think J.J. Watt, Vince Wilfork, those guys have a good locker room. I think they'll be good around them. He'll have a number one receiver next to him in DeAndre Hopkins. He has a young quarterback in Osweiler that we really don't know what he can do, so that might give him the position to where he can produce more. So I like Houston.
Okay.
I don't know if they have the structure needed, but they have the combination of desperateness of the need and huge hole at the positions. I say Detroit. Like, to replace Calvin Johnson as the number one receiver, they still have Josh Gordon and Marvin Jones, who they picked up in the offseason.
Didn't they picked up who? Julio Jones,
Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones, and Bolden too, right? Anquan Bolden, right?
He's on his last leg.
All I'm just saying, they put him in the mix with Josh Gordon.
Are what we call our complimentary receivers. They need number one to complement. And
Josh Gordon.
drop Josh Gordon right there, pick up where he left off, and they could be fighting for that wild card spot in the NFC.
Do you see Cleveland even getting somewhat close to the playoffs this year?
4 games.
Winning only 4 games.
They're still in this winning 4 games.
4 games.
Also, you're saying 4 games is a lot for Cleveland to accomplish this year, even with the revamping the quarterback position with RG3, or do you not think that's a revamping?
Their quarterback position is a problem, yes, but it's not. It's nowhere near the only problem. Their defense is still bad. I mean, besides Joe Hayden on defense, like who else do you look for? Like who? Give me some names. Like
I honestly think RG3 is an upgrade over what they had, but he's not that much of an upgrade over what they had. I mean, and
I
then
think
it's
they'd
like
be better off with still Josh McCown. Like Josh McCown was not great by any stretch, but he was serviceable. He would have got Josh Gordon his 16.
If they get rookie RG3 who was able to get out the pocket and extend plays, then that's an upgrade. Now, if they get this RG3 who thinks he's a pocket passer and doesn't use his gifts, then I'll say put Josh McCown. You can say Josh
Rookie
McCown.
RG3 also had Alfred Morris pounding the rock. He had the fear of him running the ball. He's gun shy now. I gotta see.
That's what I'm saying. If you get rookie RG3 and he's able to extend plays with those big play receivers, you got a good shot of putting up some points. But that defense is shot. So I don't expect nothing from that defense.
So let me ask this: do you think Hugh Jackson has the ability to bring RG3's confidence level up there to play at a subpar level, or no?
I believe in Hugh Jackson, but I believe this is a project. This entire situation, like people are way too high if they expect anything this year. You should look for flashes and be happy with flashes.
I don't know how. I mean, RG3 is RG3. He is who he is at this point. I mean, I don't think it was ever his confidence that shot. I just think that where he was at, they just didn't believe in him anymore. So if Hugh Jackson believes in him, maybe. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, you're gonna give what you're gonna give him RG3, and you just hope that it's good.
Aside from what we're saying, do you think RG3 is in a better situation now than he was in Washington?
It can only be better.
I want to say he has a starting job in the NFL.
In Washington, his coach literally came out and was just dogging him. Like,
he has a starting job in the NFL.
You can't.
That's all you can ask.
After Redskins, it could only get better. You couldn't do nothing.
So do y'all think they just handed him the keys to being a starting quarterback, or do you think he actually won out in competition?
It wasn't a competition.
They handed him the keys.
It wasn't a
So they had
competition.
no choice.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
they
think they
had
had a choice. Yeah, they definitely had a choice, but it was just like
he felt like I feel like Hugh felt was the bigger payload is if we could get him right, we good. But if to make him fight over it and chance him crushing his confidence again, you're shooting yourself in the foot, and you invested in this. So why not?
I don't think honestly RG3 has any value as a backup quarterback. Like, you don't bring him in to be a backup right now, unless you have a young quarterback who you believe in, you start to nurture. But Josh McCown is a veteran. I don't think you bring RG3 to back up McCown.
Didn't they? I forget his name.
Cody Kessler is not. He's 3 years away. Let's be honest. You know what I mean. So
you work on RG3 now.
Yeah.
While work Cody Kessler.
While work Cody Kessler in the background, and then you can bring Cody.
So he
in.
can Kirk Cousins later.
Eventually, yeah.
So for an instant upgrade, what do you think Cleveland needs to do in order for them just to overall be better? What's one of the major, or either a couple of the major
Instant upgrade?
They don't need an instant upgrade. They need a talent injection. They
overhaul.
just need 3 solid drafts of 7 players each year to make their team better. That's 21 players.
Unless Hugh Jackson is like the next Vince Lombardi and he is about to come in and make this team something, they're 3 years away. They need time, not instant. They need time.
Need people to just let me build. Just let me play with this play. Let me work on this. This is not a Super Bowl winning team. This is not a playoff making team.
Not even close.
If we go 8-8, that was a miracle.
8-8? No way.
In that division, I'm just saying, like, if they go 8-8, you could give him coach of the year. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God, he deserves way more than coach of the year if they go 8-8. Jesus Christ, they're a 4-win team at best.
Even if rookie year RG3 comes back, can you see 8-8 there?
No. I'm hoping they go win 4 games so they can get a top 3 pick and get Leonard Fournette and start building up. But
and Josh going to be staying on the right path.
That is something that is you can only hope for, man. Because it's a 4-win team that is selling right now. It is bad.
Just hope for the flashes. Hope for the flashes.